Another incredibly special occasion. It's great to see the room fill up, particularly knowing that almost half of them probably are members of the Atkins family. So we're thrilled that everybody was able to be here and be a part of this special announcement. It's another exciting day for Illinois athletics and in particular for Illinois baseball. I think everybody knows by now that this morning we announced plans to create a new indoor practice facility for our baseball team. This will be one of the finest facilities of its kind anywhere in the country. And some of the specifications, things that I hope you'll have a chance to see in some of the images and watch as the building comes up out of the ground. It'll have about 26,000 square feet of usable space, a large indoor training space that'll be large enough to house an entire baseball infield, pitching and hitting tunnels. We'll have a recruiting lounge, new parking areas, a new entryway to the baseball complex. It really follows our model, something that we've used here now time and again, of focusing first on our student-athlete experience, making sure that we are putting our program in the best position possible to recruit, retain, and develop the finest student-athletes anywhere in the country. And this facility certainly follows along with that strategy. It allows us to continue with the pattern that we have used with many sports now, where you find a great coach, who we have in Dan Hartleb. You support that coach with strong resources, and good things happen. And we're so excited about the leadership that Dan has provided, continues to provide, the great tradition that we have here in Illinois baseball. It was a special moment this morning to have a chance to share this project news of the gift with our baseball team, and to talk to our staff, and to hear over lunch today how their phones have been ringing off the hook with text messages from former players and current players and future players talking about this project and the impact that it will have for Illinois baseball and for Illinois athletics. In terms of the timeline, it will go in front of the Board of Trustees for project approval in January at their January meeting. We will then begin design in earnest. Heads up, or hats off, I guess, to Brett Stillwell, our Senior Associate Athletic Director for Capital Projects. Obviously, we've thrown a lot at Brett over the last number of years, and he does a tremendous job of marshaling these projects forward. He's a registered architect, brings a great eye for design and understanding the identity that we want our facilities to have. So we'll begin that design process. That will take just over a year. We'll break ground on the project in the summer of 2020, and the building will be finished in the summer of 2021. And again, excited about what that can mean. In terms of the costs, and the price tag on the building is about $8 million. We intend to fundraise every dollar of that. Kudos to Howard Milton, our Senior Associate Athletic Director for Development, all of our development staff. In case anybody's keeping track, this is our third naming gift here over the last year or so, and can't give Howard and his crew enough credit, certainly for the Demersion Park project, now for the Smith Football Center, and of course today with the Susan and Clint Atkins Baseball Training Center. It's an incredible testament to our development staff, but really these projects come together as the culmination of engagement from everybody across our department. We have all kinds of different people applying their specialties to make these gifts possible, and I can't thank our staff top to bottom enough for the work that each of them has done to contribute to putting us in a position to celebrate something like today. Which brings me, of course, to the guest of honor today, which is Susie Atkins. You have a chance to meet a lot of pretty impressive people when you're in a position like this one, and I never had the good fortune to know Clint, but I have had the incredibly good fortune of getting to know Susie, and she is one of the most special people I've ever had a chance to be around. She is incredibly warm, graceful. Her kindness to all people she meets is really a model, I think, for all of us to follow, and it has been just an unbelievable pleasure for me to get to know her and to learn more about her passion for baseball and for her passion for this community and for the University of Illinois. I think that the Atkins family is really the gold standard here in Champaign-Urbana. Those of us who have lived here or been around this community for a long time, we recognize the difference that this family has made in our daily lives. You think about the development of North Prospect. You think about the development of the research park here just outside the building. You think about Stone Creek and the golf course in southeast Urbana, just to name 3 really landscape-changing projects for Champaign-Urbana, and all of them have the Atkins fingerprints all over them. And so we just can't thank them enough for all that they have done to propel Champaign-Urbana forward, but obviously the generosity has found a particular home with Illinois athletics, and this is not the first time. The Atkins Tennis Center is a tremendous example of that formula that we talked about before, where you find great coaches, you support them with tremendous resources, and unbelievable things happen. And you think back to the Atkins Tennis Center, its opening in the early 1990s, followed up shortly thereafter with incredible coach Craig Tiley, now with Brad Dancer, and you see the things that have happened with our men's tennis program, and even recently now with the emergence of our women's tennis program as well. And the Atkins family continues to deserve incredible thanks for that kind of support. So it is a wonderful day to be able to celebrate Susie, her family, many of whom are with us today, and all that they have meant to this community, to this university, and in particular for our purposes to this athletic program. They truly are model citizens, and we are incredibly grateful to them for their generosity and for them continuing to support our vision for one of the top student-athlete experiences across the country, and for what a strong athletic program, what a strong tennis program, what a strong baseball program can mean to this community and to this campus. And so we can't thank them enough for everything that they have done, and we're excited to celebrate their legacy with the creation of this new beautiful space, the Susan and Clint Atkins Baseball Training Center. So big round of applause for Susie. Next, it is my great honor. I mentioned this formula that we have. You find great coaches, you support them with strong resources. Dan Hartleb has been the head baseball coach here now for 14 years. Is that right? Into 14. He's been a part of this university community for 29 years. He's a remarkable person, an incredible leader, and we're very fortunate to have him as our head baseball coach, and so excited for him and for his program to get the benefit of this new space, and for him to come up and share a few comments. Thanks.
Well, I told Josh before I came down, don't speak 20 minutes and, say everything that needs to be said. Well, he didn't speak 20 minutes, but he basically covered everything. Such a great day for Illinois baseball. We started, Itch Jones and I started with a dream a number of years ago, trying to figure out how to continue to elevate our program. And it's been something that we've talked about as far as expansion, different things that would help us the most. And as we move forward through the years, it was a pipe dream. And all of a sudden, Josh jumps on board, and he had the vision to help our student athletes, to develop them to the highest level so that we could win championships. I think we've had a good formula up until the time Josh got here, but Josh jumping on board and having the same vision we did to really propel, the program forward through the development of great athletes, it's been very, very refreshing. And as we've gone through this process to find donors or people that could help us, when Howard and Josh came to me and told me about the Atkins gift, it was special. It's such a great family. It's a family that has been involved with baseball for a long time. Susie has a passion for baseball because of her grandfather and her father. They were both involved in baseball. Spencer and Todd have been with us for a number of years with the Dugout Club. Spencer was our Dugout Club president one time, and then we conned him back into coming on board a second time, and he's the one that really got our Dugout Club moving in the right direction to where it's at a high level today. So from a funding standpoint and what they've done as a family for our program, it's unbelievable. Today has been fun. We start out with the players this morning. They were extremely excited. They stayed around. They looked at pictures. They got to talk with Susie and the entire family, which I thought was really important for them to understand the type of people that have given us money, the excellence that they are about. Because when they walk in that building each and every year and each and every day, they need to understand that it's about excellence. And so to have that name and for our players to understand that, I think that's extremely important. As we've moved forward throughout the day, as social media has kind of thrown things out to the world, it's been overwhelming the number of text messages we've gotten from former players, a number of things from current players. We've gotten things from donors, some people that that we have on our list to try to continue to help us move forward with different projects. It's just been overwhelming. We've gotten national attention with all the big baseball writers. And so we're making a big statement in the college baseball world. And we couldn't do that without Susie and her gift and the entire family's backing. So I will step aside because it's the lady of the hour, the lady of the day. It's her time. Susie, please come up and say a few words to everyone.
Okay, can you hear me? Great. Well, it's a wonderful day and a great day, a day I'll always remember for my entire life. Thank you so much, Josh and Dan, and everyone that's here. I have to start out by saying that, we all have bucket lists. And I want you to tell you honestly from my heart that giving to Illinois athletics before I kicked the bucket was on my list, and I've made it, so I'm good. I also want you to know my family, my beautiful daughter Suzette Kay, Spencer Craig, Clint and Todd, and their wonderful spouses, Julia, Michael, and Tracy. And then I have 11 grandchildren and a great-grandson. They are all part of this gift to this great university, this great baseball training center we're going to get to see, that they'll get to see in their lifetime, and they'll get to see how much it has brought to the community here at the University of Illinois. Now, you may be wondering why I would be giving the gift other than it being on my bucket list. But it's very, very important to me because I grew up in this community. My father worked at the University of Illinois, and they were our livelihood. Living in Tolono, we'd had the train come in across the street where I lived on the Wabash Cannonball, and all these big people from these big cities in Michigan and Ohio, they'd all be parked across the street from us, and they'd unload and get on the buses and head on up to Memorial Stadium. I mean, what a thrill for young people, for a small town to get to see. Tolona had maybe around 500-600 people at the time. It was exciting, it was thrilling. I want you to know if there ever was anything fun happening in our community or around, it was going to be happening at the University of Illinois. It seemed like all the roads that led to a good time was at the university. And I'm going to take you back even a little bit farther in my generations of being here in the county. My great-grandson is the 7th generation to be born in Champaign County, which means that grandfather was born in the 1850s. And about 10 years after that, the University of Illinois was founded. So my family and the University of Illinois have been here together in this county for all that time. We have worked at the university, we've educated at the university, we've had great times at the sports arenas and incredible entertainment all at the same time. Looking back over the years, 30 years ago is when we made the donation for the tennis center. Now at that time, Suzette had just started her family, and both Todd and Spencer were in college. And Suzette did have 2 little girls. Well, when we made that donation, can you imagine what our children were thinking of us? Well, well, there it goes out the window. Well, Well, we've all enjoyed that donation. We all enjoy seeing our name going down the road on Florida Avenue, and it's the Atkins Tennis Center. And how much fun that place has brought us. The whole community. Clint said when he gave that donation, the one stipulation is that I want it to be open to the community. And it was. And just think how many great tennis players have come from that building locally and then internationally. It has taken Illinois tennis to another level. And I know that with this training center that we're going to have for Illini baseball is going to be setting everybody on the map with that one too. It's all going to be orange and blue, and they're going to be hitting all the bases, and it's going to be a great future. Now, I want you to know that with Illinois, the fundraiser that they have done, and when Howard and Josh came to my home, I already knew that I wanted to do something, but I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Well, they showed me the way, and they showed me the point, and there were several opportunities. And when they said baseball, I knew that that was the one that was going to hit it out of the park. And my family, they all support me, they all give me good wishes, and they're all thrilled that they can be part of this gift. And I hope that there are others out here in the group, when you look around and you think, you have to give to have something great. You have to keep this tradition moving. And anyway, when you ever think, well, what should I do with this extra? Maybe you can put it aside and remember this great university, because they appreciate it so much. They give you all the great accolades. They make you feel like you're so special. And you know, we aren't. But I have lots of words here. I don't think I need to say any more words. I just wish you a wonderful day. And I wish Illini baseball all the best of the best. And I know the tradition of the University of Illinois is incredible. Just love it. Love all the fun that happens here. Love being part of it. And I look to the future, and I know that all my grandchildren are going to have a great time with it too. So have a good day. Thank you for being here. And let's all hit it out of the park and go Illini. Grandson, Spencer Vaughn, and he's going to say something, and I'm going to walk in front of you.
Yeah, I don't know how to follow up after that. Wow, I think she's pretty special. I don't know. This is all kind of surreal. I'm not as polished as them three, but I'm going to read off this a little bit. But what a great day to be alive and come together in celebration of achievement, dedication, and hard work from everyone here in this room. First of all, Grandma, I could not be more awestruck and lucky to call you by that name, Grandma. This is all because of you, and as we are all here wanting to talk about you and what this means to you, I believe you couldn't want anything but that, knowing your humble nature. Since I was a little kid, you helped instill principles that are alive now more than ever, and today we are honoring them. How humbling. You are always insisting on working hard while dedicating yourself to something. Hopefully that something is following your heart with passion, so that you never have to work a day in your life. Doesn't mean it'll always be easy. Additionally, always wake up with a greater purpose, not just to be successful as that's inevitable, but to create true meaning and significance in life. Significance is being able to touch and reach out as many people along the way as you possibly can, to help everyone you come in touch with, either directly or indirectly. That should be your focus. I think it's also worth mentioning that you worked so hard, both you and Grandpa Clint, to get here. It's always to see the powerful, strong, and flowering tree as if it just appeared there. But people often forget about how deep the roots must be to continue on in the hard times, stay focused through the good, and always put your best foot forward always. In good times and bad, you have always put your best foot forward with a beautiful smile and positive outlook. I thank you for all that and all of your principles that you helped instill in me and the entire family, Atkins Group, and the greater community here, and to do so with such ease. Thanks for being a perfect example for all of us, one that I hope to instill in my future grandchildren. Sports Elite academic institutions, community, and business always go hand in hand. It's hard to have one thrive without the other support. It's an entire ecosystem that every little shift or change in one area has a profound, unknowable effect impossible to quantify, but is present no matter how big or small. With that in mind, the real impact of efforts will remain unknown, but we all feel and embrace this positive change and hope to emulate your example. Growing up in Champaign-Urbana, I always wanted to play for the Illini and attended every sporting event. I had dreams of the announcers calling my name at St. Matthew's on the playground, people pretending to be Juice Williams or D. Brown at recess, seeking the athletes in public, thinking I was the luckiest kid in the world if I could only get a high five or autograph. This was obviously before the selfies. However, I did have the chance to walk on at UCLA and play for football there for the Bruins. There I learned what it was like to be a Division I athlete at a top institution in a thriving city. At any level, student athletes have a tough job, however easy it may seem from the outside. These once glorified young men and women that had it so rosy and dreamy from the outside looking in, I was in for a rude awakening as I soon learned what the day-to-day was like, waking up every day at 5 a.m., hours of class, studying, practice, lifting, and trying to keep a social life was not an easy feat for an 18-year-old. This is where my principles and values had to be clear in order to achieve that what so many kids set out to do: win championships, earn a world-class degree, and go on to make an impact within the community, nothing really short of changing the world. Grandma, I had a huge step up thanks to you. Channeling your example made this task possible, or at least feel as if I was pointed in the right direction. At school, I had a shift in heart, which soon turned from me trying to excel on the field to wanting to excel in school and the professional world. This is where I learned the true value of what it's like to attend a one-of-a-kind, world-class academic institution, much like the University of Illinois. Everywhere you look, there's someone who had to make a great sacrifice to be able to be on this campus, from faculty, professors, coaches, athletes, and students. Everyone having to make sacrifice, but by such sacrifice comes a bond that the school is able to provide such a collective group of individuals, one that will last forever. Now working with my family and colleagues here in Urbana, Illinois, everything is coming full circle. Business is only as good as the people that work with your company. The company can only be successful if the town and area in which you provide products or services for is able to sustain and grow in unison. The community thrives and more alive than ever when sports teams do well. Sport teams, like academics, help drive talent to the school and community, where then the players can get fostered and cared by the town and school and business for future growth. Today marks a huge step in the right direction to further this future growth. Thank you, University of Illinois, for being the roots of Champaign-Urbana, a very strong, deep-rooted one that will last throughout my lifetime and many more to follow thereafter me. To the athletes, continue to work hard and worry about the small things as the big things will take care of themselves. To the students, continue to do the same and continue to make the school what it is today. I'm proud to call Champaign-Urbana home. Grandma, where you go, we follow. Today with this donation solidifies your generosity, value for the community, and love for this town. Our family, business, and community will yet again follow your lead. Thank you very much. Love you.
Our press conference today. We'd like to do some photos up here with the Atkins family, and then they'll be available for questions for our media that are still here. Thank you, everybody, for coming today.